because he'd had a late night. He was really lethargic, very emotional. I said to him, what was I doing that you didn't like? They were doing the warm-up drill and I'm like, it's too slow, it's too slow. And he said, why didn't you tell us what to do? I said, well, actually, if you remember, I said, it needs to be at game speed, boys. First touch, quick, through the gate, switch to play. That upset him when I said it's too slow, it's too slow. He took it personally when I was actually talking to the group. And then he was saying, I don't want to play. If you remember, we started the game and within 10 seconds, I thought this would go worse because he'll make a mistake and get more upset because he looked like he was really on the verge. So I took him off almost within 10 seconds, put Harry on. Then he said he wants to come back on. I said, fine, that's okay, but you're going to come on in 10 minutes. You're going to give Harry his 10. He wasn't happy with that. I was asking him to warm up and he kept saying no. And then in the end, I relented and let him come on. And I said to him, look, you haven't warmed up, so, you better go out there and prove a point. And I thought he'd come on and play pretty well. After the event, I felt like I might have played it wrong, but I've watched it back on VO. You can hear it and you can move the camera so you can look. And I actually think I handled it pretty well. And probably the way I handled it was damage limitation and it worked out all right, I think.
I totally agree. And I said to you, didn't I, that roles were reversed. I'd have said to Raf, go with your mum on the sideline, you're not playing. And that would have been it. And he probably would have done that as well and then not want to come back. I think you definitely did the right thing. And possibly Alf's almost natural reaction now is to shut down and want to come off. And then it just takes a bit of time for him to actually think, oh no, actually I do want to play. So one thing I noticed was he kept saying, like, leave me alone. Because remember when this has happened before, I've gone over to him and chatted to him. But he kept saying, leave me alone. And I didn't really. I kept going over to him, and then like we're pandering to him a little bit. So I think maybe next time we do just leave him to it, and he can just have that 5 minutes where he can just be sat there with his thoughts, and then that's when he started to say to you he does want to come on. So maybe that is it. You've just got to listen to them, and if they want to be left alone, they'll just be left alone.